I think the greatest challenge you have, whether you're a young entrepreneur who has an idea that you want to turn into a reality, or a large corporation that has a new direction you want to go into, is how to turn the vision into something that people can understand and then execute against. And that's the real value that Humantific brings. In my case, Sermo was just an idea, literally a sketch on a pad. I started working with Humantific, and now Sermo is the largest online physician community with 90,000 physicians, almost 100 employees, and has a very novel business model that Humantific played a critical role in helping me to articulate to both investors and customers. Yeah, I come from the background of being a little bit of a cynic on consultants, and I've always joked, as you know, that Humantific is one part therapy, one part strategy, and one part design. And I think that I always bring up that mix because there's a part where you start going in directions that you never expected to. I think that Humantific has a very interesting ability to take away the pretenses or the pretension about an idea, put all the things on the table, and then as Humantific describes it, unpack an idea. And it's that process of unpacking an idea and then pulling it back together, you learn how to present things in such a way that many more people can understand. I think a lot of people make the mistake that if they go into a room and they sort of vomit out ideas in front of a graphics designer or maybe a strategic consultant, and the next time you come back, there's a beautiful diagram or there's a beautiful picture, and they make the mistake of thinking that the mission's been accomplished. I think that the beauty of working with Humantific is that if people are willing to be a little bit more open and a little bit more flexible in hearing feedback, I think the magic, if you will, of Humantific is taking that and then helping you to reevaluate some of your assumptions. In that process of unpacking and then rebuilding it back up, you come with a much sharper, a much simpler idea that ultimately allows you to get that idea out to a larger number of people. And I think I'll point out as an entrepreneur now who's worked with several dozen of the Fortune 500 companies in the US, that's where a lot of these ideas die. It isn't because the idea isn't good or it's not smart or it's not timely, it's because it never gets to a form that's simple and compelling enough that it can be articulated internally and people can rally behind it. Maybe I'll make a comment to reflect on the times. It's an interesting economic time in the US and certainly for the world. And I think that I'm seeing almost a green pasture now with entrepreneurs and companies. There's a growing realization that it's in these times of uncertainty that you get some of the most disruptive technologies coming along. Whether it's a Google or it's an Amazon or an Apple or a Microsoft for that matter, it's when people are reevaluating everything that they're doing that most environments are primed for great new ideas. So it really is a great time to be innovating and working with organizations like Humantific.